Hello folks and welcome, I'm Andrew and today I'm exploring the Norfolk Broads. I'm here at LUDHAM, setting off up the River Thurne towards Hickling and then hopefully entering Hickling Broad a little bit later on. Now I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to end up tonight, but I've got my camping gear for a wild camp if the opportunity arises. So come and join me for an adventure in the Norfolk Broads. Well, coming up to Hickling Bridge. This is a very busy area, this around Hickling, lots of hire craft. Nice place to stop off, get refreshments, a few cafes, resupply. But I'm going to press on underneath Hickling Bridge. Hickling Bridge is a medieval bridge, dates back to about the 13th century. So the journey starts at LUDHAM and you launch at the Womack cutting, and it's about a kilometre before you hit the River Thurne. Then you hang a left, head northbound, routing up towards Reeps and Baswick and Hickling. As you go through Hickling, the river sort of twists to the east for a couple of kilometres, and then I'm looking for a left turn, sort of 90 degrees north turn, up towards Hickling Broad. Well, there's a very convenient sign, like a road sign, indicating Hickling Broad to the left. Well, I found a wonderful place just on the entrance of Hickling Broad. We're rapidly getting to the end of summer. It's now September, And there's a change in the seasons. The days are getting shorter and the sun is setting that much earlier. Another wonderful sunset. I've got some chicken skewers or kebabs. Let's put a few of these on. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I think this should be done. All I've got to do now is add some of this sauce. Teriyaki chicken kebab in a wrap. And of course, for me, it wouldn't be dinner without a good old Cabernet Sauvignon. Cheers everyone. Well, it's a beautiful sunrise. It's now time for some breakfast. Have some coffee and porridge. Well, the coffee's ready. Nothing quite like a proper cup of coffee in the morning. Cheers. Lovely sunrise, clear blue skies, not a cloud to be seen. Temperature is about 10 to 12, so it's pretty mild, but there is a bit of a breeze. Reeds are rustling, the treetops are swaying,
well, it's really quite peaceful now, just the sound of the rustling trees and reeds, the occasional crow. But last night was a different matter. It was quite a cacophony of noise. Just on the other bank there must be some kind of flock of geese, and they were making a right old racket throughout the night. And then there were some strange sounds on the river itself, which sounded like fish breaking the surface. And then this morning I could hear the cockerel from the village over the way, the cows mooing, and the odd deer. It was quite a nature party out there last night. So today's plan, I'm hoping to paddle across Hickling Broad up towards the northern tip, which is just about as far as you can paddle.
That's it, all packed up and leave no trace, of course. Well, it's a really lovely morning on the river, but it is windy, quite a blustery, strong wind from the left, that's the west, and it's a little bit of a struggle to keep this canoe straight. I'm on a part of the river that's known as Higham Sound, and after about 1 kilometre ahead of me there's a turning to the right which is easterly, and that would route up towards Horsey Mere. But my intention is to continue to head north towards Hickling Broad. Right, well, I've got a bit of a dilemma. The wind's picked up and I'm just anticipating that when I get into Hickling Broad it could be quite a challenge to try and keep straight. So my choice is either try to go up the eastern side and allow the wind to blow me to that side, or maybe stay in the lee of the western bank and skirt up the western side and hope that I can get some shelter from the bank side. I think I'm going to go for the western bank option. I've just pulled over here at the Free Moorings at Deep Dyke. It's great, I've got a sign here telling me that I'm at Deep Dyke, but for the navigation for this trip I've actually been using the Ordnance Survey app. It has full coverage of the UK all the way down to 1 to 25 foul range. That's where I am, at the red arrowhead, and I'm between Whiteslea and Rush Hill, and if I zoom out to 1 and 50 thou, you can see that I'm just here at the neck of the opening to Hickling Broad. So my route will probably be round the western edge here, up towards Catfield Common, and then routing to Hickling Heath. story of this morning has been the wind. It's been a bit of a battle. It's been stronger than I anticipated or forecast. So about 3/4 of the way round, about another 1.5 km to go. So that's where I'm heading, but I'm going to have to try and skirt around the edge here. There's a main channel that goes north to south, and that's where all the sort of the higher craft and the motorised craft are keeping, because it's quite shallow around the edges here. That's been quite a struggle. I couldn't go up the main channel, so I had to stick to the shore side and the broad bank and try and keep out the wind. So it's added quite a lot of distance. Made it to Hickling Heath and the pleasure boat in. Well, thanks very much for watching, folks, and until next time, happy paddling.